And right now we're joined by Ben Evans. He's the director of Feed the Hungry Australia and New Zealand. Ben, thanks for being with us here on Harvest. I know it's a little past midnight your time, so thanks for staying up. The earthquake in Indonesia, the tsunami in Samoa, the flood in Manila, we seem to be hit by a lot of crises immediately in these last couple of weeks. And your office was the first to respond to the situation in Samoa. What exactly happened there, and what are the conditions?
Yes, there was an earthquake, about 8 magnitude, which caused a tsunami, 6-meter high waves that struck the main island of Samoa, where the capital Apia is. It struck 7 o'clock in the morning with very little warning for the people, and as you may know, over 130 people were killed. Unfortunately, a lot of them were ladies, children, and the elderly. And quite a tragic event. So once the news had broken of the disaster, we contacted our partners, our Pastor Colin Miller in New Zealand, actually, from Rhema International, who has many contacts in the area, and we were able to find the Rhema South Pacific Bible College located in Apia on the island that was struck by the disaster, and we're able to begin relief operations through them.
And what was the first step that Feed the Hungry Australia took? What exactly is the ministry doing there to help the people in their time of need?
Well, yes, once the disaster struck, the church there, Rhema South Pacific, sent some of their staff members into the disaster area to begin searching for survivors and, unfortunately, to help bury the dead that they'd discovered.
Mm-hmm. Now, Feed the Hungry Australia purchasing, I'd imagine, food, water supplies, emergency relief supplies. You were in Indonesia right after the Boxing Day tsunami in 2004 and can testify firsthand how important it is for agencies and Christian agencies to come in with emergency relief supplies. What does it mean to the people on the ground there in Samoa with respect to knowing that someone loves them and cares for them and is reaching out to help them?
Yeah, you can't imagine, losing one family member is bad enough, but in a situation like this where almost entire families are wiped out in just a few seconds, the pain and the discouragement that families would be experiencing is something we cannot imagine. And so part of what we do is, as we are providing food and distributing food, we're also sharing Christian love. We're reaching out in love to restore the broken fragments of families that have, been destroyed by this calamity. Indonesia, the Boxing Day tsunami, was described as perhaps the greatest natural disaster of modern history, and so many people, hundreds of thousands of people, were destroyed in that event. And without Christian hope, natural wisdom, natural responses to these situations is insufficient, and we must do more. And that's why Feed the Hungry is reaching out to feed body, soul, and spirit.
Well, thanks for joining us on Harvest today, Ben. We look forward to continued reports, and thank you for your heart there, because it is so important that the church responds in these times of need. Thank you.
My pleasure.